there, Katie. Hope you had a good spring break, or I guess I was one on spring break. You're working, so you don't get a spring break anymore. So this is your video lesson for today. Hope you're doing well. Looking forward to seeing you next week. There are 3 things I want to go over today in this lesson, all kind of revolving around another tune I want you to be working on. As I remember from last time, we were going through, it was the Beatles tune, Don't Let Me Down, and we were working on adding power chords. We're gonna kind of build off of that today. So now that you kind of got the power chord idea kind of like in your fingers, especially that first part. Excuse me, so I got a cough. So the tune we're going to do is Cocaine by Eric Clapton. And what it does is, instead of using open chords and jumping to the power chords, it's going to be strictly power chords for this part. So I've tabbed it out for you right here. I'm pointing at it like you can see what I'm pointing at. So the first chord in here is a root 5 power chord, meaning our first finger is going to be on the 5th string. So we're going to come here to the 5th string, and we're going to find the 7th fret. So you got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That note right there is E. We'll talk more about why that is later on. So we get our power chord shape and position. Remember keeping a nice good mute right here with your first finger, so that way when you hit this, it doesn't, everything doesn't ring out. You want a very nice, that sound right there. So you're going to mute those. So we're going to have the 6th string muted. And you're going to mute that with the tip of your first finger. So we put this chord on. Before we didn't have to worry about that because we were on the 6th string, so we didn't worry about muting anything above here. But when you put your first finger on the 5th string, we're going to use the tip of our finger to touch. If you can see right here, it's going to touch with the tip of my finger on the 6th string. Right. This one's still curled, so you don't need to do anything with that. So you put that chord on, and what you'll do is you'll hit it twice. With those muted strings in there. And you'll scooch down here to a D5. That's on the 5th fret. So it sounds like this. Right? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna hit that 5 again one more time, and you're gonna slide up to the 7th fret with the same power chord shape. We're gonna talk about that more in a second. So it's showing you the riff right now. So we have 7, 7, scooch down 2 frets to 5, and you're gonna hit that one more time, and you're gonna slide up here to 7. So it sounds like this. Oh, whoops, I put that in too soon. It's 7, 7, 5, 7. No slide yet, no slide yet. Take that back. But I'm already 3 minutes into the video, so I'm just gonna, instead of redoing it, I'm just gonna keep on going. So 7, 7, 5, 7. All right, you're gonna strum each one of those. 7, 7, 5, 7. One more time. And then you're gonna come back down. So you're gonna hit this 5, you're gonna slide to 7, and then come back down and hit 5 one more time. And there, so don't forget to correct that. There we go. All right, one more time the riff, nice and slow, gentlewoman's pace. 7, 7, 5, 7, slide 5, 7 to 5. One more time. And again. Right, and then what he does after that, he has a little pentatonic run. He's going to hammer on he's going to take the 5th string open. He's going to hammer onto the 2nd fret of the 5th string. I'll zoom in here so you can see that a bit easier. So hit that 5th string, hammer right there on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. So open to 2, open on the 5th string, 3 on the 6th string, and then open on the 6th string. So it looks like this. Even slower. Hammer, or so open, hammer, open, 3, 0. So really slow, it all looks like this. Up the tempo. Right. So to work on those two separate techniques, one being the pentatonic run and then the second being the slide and the power chord, let's do the pentatonic run first. So what I want you to practice this week is just refresh the E minor pentatonic scale open position. So you have 0, 3, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 3. Notice on the second fret I'm using my second finger, and on the third fret I'm using my third finger for those. Remember though that the numbers on the paper are referring to the frets, not the fingers. So the numbers are the frets. One more time. 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 3, right? Then what I want you to do is I want you to practice hammering those. So hit open, then you'll hammer your third finger down. Then you'll hit the fifth string open, you'll hammer your second finger down. Remember that you want to land on the tip of your finger and you're trying to make it sound like you're trying to put your finger through the fretboard. 0, and then hammer onto 4, hammer onto the second fret, fourth string. Then 0, hammer onto the third string, second fret. And what you're listening for is you're listening for that clicking sound. The clicking sound means that the string is snapping, or flapping, or hitting the fret and creating a sound that your audience is going to hear. Right? There are pull-offs, but we're not going to worry about those today. All right, the next thing I want you to work on are slides. So what I want you to do is go here to the 5th fret on the 5th string. You're going to hit that note, and you're going to slide up to the 7th fret. What you want to do is you want to look where you're going. It's kind of like driving, or it's like a baseball, softball for you. And you always keep your eye on the ball, right? You keep your eye on where you're going to be when you slide. So here, I'm looking at 7th fret. I'm going to slide right up. My thumb comes along for the ride. So it's not this where I'm sliding, the thumb stationary. My hand is actually moving up the fretboard. Notice I'm not pressing too hard. If I press too hard, it's rhyming against the fretboard and it's too hard. It's hard to get up that spot. Hit that 5th fret. And nice and easy, just slide right up to the 7th fret. Remember, look where you're going. Right? Eyes on where you're going. And then when you feel comfortable with that, then you put the ring finger down, hit them both at the same time, and see if you can slide both in tandem together. It's a little tricky, so that's why we're going to spend a few weeks on doing this. If you want, you can even try practice sliding your third finger there. So I would get in the chord shape and then take the first finger off and slide it up 2 frets. So you can practice this with just the ring finger. So together, first finger by itself, 5 to 7. Third finger by itself, 7 to 9 on the 4th string. And then you can stick them together. Not very much pressure. You don't need to press hardly at all for this thing. Remember, the thumb comes along for the ride. And the shift isn't from the wrist. It's not from the fingers. It's not from the wrist. It's from the shoulder. When I shift, I'm adding my arm back into my body. So when I hit this, my elbow is moving in towards myself. So I'm not doing this where I'm trying to keep it stationary. See how I'm doing this rotation motion here? And you slide the elbow into yourself. And then we'll cover this next time. Into the turnaround. All right, so practice that for me as usual. If you want to send over a video of you playing through this stuff, you're more than welcome to. If you have any questions, feel free to text me or shoot me an email. And if you have any questions, I look forward to seeing you same time next week. All right, take care.